We will talk about Helideck design. This chapter, it outlines the loads and that impact the Helideck. Helidecks are constructed according to the standards set by APRP2A and RP2L. There are two standards. Based on this, we are designing the Helideck construction. So Helidecks constructed according to these standards, right? Ensuring safety and reliability. So here we can see what standards and guide the design of Helidecks. What standards guide the design of Helidecks? That is APRP2A and APRP2L. How much helicopters must the helideck layout accommodate minimum? At least one helicopter it should accommodate. What type of access is required for the helideck? At least one stair for primary access and one stair for secondary access. What must surround the helideck for safety? Which one, what must surround the helideck for safety means like safety net at least 1500 wide. And which guidelines must helideck markings follow? Markings are followed as per APRP 12 guidelines. Can a helideck have a separate platform? Yes, it can have a separate platform connected to the main platform by a bridge. What obstacles the landing area be free of? What must be the landing area be free of obstacles? What standards must any obstructions below the landing area meet? Cap 437 limits. What is the main purpose of the safety net is to protect the personnel. Where should safety net be installed? Around the landing area unless other fall protection is adequate. Here you can see this obstacle free sector 21 degree, 210 degree. 210 degree is the obstacle free sector and this 150 degree that is the limited obstacle sector. So this is the limited obstacle sector. Some chevron marking also to become limited obstacle sector. This is 210 is the obstacle free sector. These are the obstacle limitation for the single main rotor cap 437. You can see this area 0.05 times d is the uh, diameter, that is a d value 17 meter 24 meter like that will come. That's a d value. You can see this is the d value. So this height is the 0.05 d, that's coming here, and this limited obstacle is 150 degree and obstacle free sector is 210 degree. Here also you can see within the 210 degree in plan there are no sector obstacles above this line, and you can see this line, this is the 1 in 5. After this line, like there is no obstacles between these lines in 180 degree sector, between this horizontal line and this inclined line, that is 1:5 falling gradient. There should be no obstacles between these lines in 180 degree sector. No obstacles between these lines 190 degree sector. In the elevation view you can see it. This 1 in 5 is the falling gradient also. Here you can see this d value 23. That's the important parameter. And this is dark green. Platform name also it will be coming. Height 1.2 meter. All helideck surface green unless otherwise noted. White all thickness 0.75 meter. Yellow circle is also there. Perimeter line also there. And this chevron marking, there's the black 100 mm. Helideck marking specifications and dimensions. You can see it here. So these are the key requirements, layout requirements. Helideck must be designed to accommodate at least one helicopter, providing enough space for landing and takeoff. That we have seen, like at least one helicopter should be having it. And there are two access, primary access and secondary access. Then you can see a stairway should be included for easy access to the helideck, and a ladder is required for additional access, ensuring safe entry and exit. Safety netting also there, that is all around it should be provided. The helideck must be completely surrounded by a safety netting with a minimum of 1500 mm width, and this netting serves as to protect personnel from falls. Netting should be flexible, made from non-flammable material and installed at inboard edge and either the level with the slightly below the edge of the helideck. Markings, the color of the helideck should be dark green, that we have seen it, and a white perimeter line 300 mm wide must be clearly outlined at the edges, and hatch marking also it should be coming in. And clear landing area. Helicopter landing area must remain clear of any obstacles. So landing area must be clear from any obstacles. Any obstacles below this area, that should meet specific height limitations outlined in Cap 437. We can see this safety net design. If lateral launch boards are included for added strength, they must be constructed in a way that minimizes injury risk to the anyone. Actually, if you see this safety net design, it should create a hammock effect, not like trampoline effect. Hammock effect means that should securely containing the falling person without causing a serious harm to them. It should not have a bouncing effect. Material consideration, if you see this one, whatever material we are using, that should be durable and suitable for the task, and polypropylene that can be common use that can deteriorate over time. Properly installed wire mesh can also be effective. Tie down procedures. Helicopters must securely tie down to the helideck. The tie down point should be strongly enough, or it should be strong enough to hold the helicopter during adverse weather conditions relevant to slide design. Tie down rods must match the strap attachments used by helicopters with a maximum diameter of 22 mm to ensure compatibility with the standard strap hooks. Here we can see what must the tie down point should be strong enough withstand means relevant weather conditions, and how should the helicopter be secured to the deck? It should be tied down. And then what factors determine the netting dimensions? That is size of the landing net, helicopter D type, D value, maximum weight. And how wide should the white perimeter line, that is 300 mm. What letter must be painted on the helideck? What color it should be, that is letter H and painted white. And what weight must the safety net be able to hold? 100 kg. What is the minimum upward slope? 10 degree. And how far should the safety net extend outwards? 1.5 meters. How should the safety net function when someone falls on it? It should act like it should gently catch the person without causing injury. What should be done to secure the safety net properly? Use suitable materials. What is the potential issue with using polypropylene? That can wear out over time. What color should the helideck be painted? Dark green or gray? What is the maximum diameter of tie-down ring? 22 mm. Why should tie-down rings match strap attachments to ensure compatibility with the most helicopter strap hooks? Where can safe working load recommendations from helicopter operators? Is the outer circle of tie-down configuration always necessary? It is not needed if the D value is less than 22.2 meter. What is the significance of marking circle? What role does the safety net play in overall design? It provides a fall protection. What is critical characteristics of the safety net material? Should be non-flammable. Why should the net not act like a trampoline to prevent bounce effect that could cause injury? How should the inner edge of the safety net be positioned? Level with or just below the edge of the helideck? What is slope required for safety net? Upward slope of 10 degree. How is the safety net expected to perform under impact? It should contain falling weight without damage. What factors influence the design of helideck markings? That is color, sizes, APRP2 guidelines. Can helideck be attached to other structures? Yes, it can be connected to main platform by bridge. Now we will discuss about the group discussion between the three engineers. Helideck must be surrounded by a safety netting at least 1500 mm wide. But why is this necessary? This netting is essential to prevent personnel from falling off the helideck. That's right. That acts as a safety barrier, and then it helps to catch anyone who might stumble. And remember, the net should be flexible and made from non-flammable materials. This is critical for fire safety, especially since we are dealing with helicopters and fuel, right? What about the strength of the safety net? The net must be capable of holding a weight of 100 kg dropped from height of 1 meter without damage. That should be capable of holding this much weight dropped from height without getting damaged. We need to ensure it has a controlled response. It does not act like a trampoline. So it should not act like a trampoline to avoid any bounce effect, right? Right. A controlled response means the net will catch the person without a significant bounce, which could lead to injuries. If it has a significant bounce effect, then the person will get injured. That's why it should have a controlled response. That means like it should catch the person without significant bounce. It should not act like a trampoline. We can discuss about the helideck markings. Now let's discuss helideck markings. The colors and size must follow APRP2L guidelines. So you should remember this APRP2L guidelines, correct? Helix should be painted dark green or gray. Why it should be like that? Means like it should ensure the visibility of for pilots during the landing. 300 wide white perimeter line also should be there, and additionally that the hatch must be painted in standard dimensions. That helps in identifying the helideck from air, which is crucial for the pilot navigation. When the pilot is seeing the helideck from long distance, it should be able to clearly visible, right? So to ensure the visibility, to enhance the visibility, this kind of marking is required. Obstacle clearance. The landing area must be free of obstacles, because when it's getting landed, it should be free from any obstacle, otherwise it will cause damage, right? What do we need to consider here? Like, we need to ensure that any obstruction below the landing areas that must meet cap 437 limits, thus prevents accidents during approach and landings. The next, if you see the tie-down points, what are the tie-down points for securing helicopter? These points must be strong enough. Actually, tie-down points means it is holding it, right? So it should be strong enough to withstand the relevant weather conditions. Whatever the storm conditions or relevant conditions, it should be able to withstand that weather conditions. So it should be strong enough, right? The maximum diameter for tie-down ring should be 22 mm. Ensure they fit the strap hooks commonly used on helicopters. It's also crucial that we consult the helicopter operators for the specific requirements regarding the safe working limits. We need to see about the layout also, layout and capacity. Layout must accommodate at least one helicopter. So when you see the layout, it should at least accommodate one helicopter. Can you elaborate on what that means, Bob? He's asking to the Bob. Sure, it means we need to ensure that the helideck is large enough for helicopter to land safely without the risk of overhang or collision with other structures. We should also consider the rotor diameter and any additional space needed for maneuvering. So main point is that rotor diameter, that's also important. And access points, if you see, next we need one stairway for primary access and one ladder for secondary access. Stairway for primary and ladder for secondary access. This is crucial for personal safety. Exactly. The stairway should be wide enough to allow for quick evacuation in emergencies. The ladder should also be positioned where it is easily accessible but not obstructing the landing area.